Hello, welcome back to Cookery with Dr. Hussain. So today I fancy a snack. I'm going to do a savoury snack. It's my carrot and potato fritters. For this one you will need an adult's help because there is grating involved, you need to mind those fingers, and then when you've got the fritters ready they're going to be fried, so you'll need a pan with some hot oil, so you'll definitely need an adult to do that bit and help you on that bit. So the ingredients you'll need for this recipe are:
to make 12 carrot and potato fritters, you will need 2 large carrots, 1 medium potato, 1 spring onion, 1 clove of garlic, 1 large egg, 120 grams of plain flour, 60 millilitres of soya milk or any other milk you choose, half a teaspoon of ground coriander, half to 1 teaspoon of ground garam masala, salt and pepper to taste, a handful of chopped coriander leaves and oil for frying.
Okay, so the first job is to use your peeler and to peel your carrots and potatoes. Now I think I said 2 large carrots, I've only got 1 large and so I'm using 2 medium carrots. And again, potatoes I've got 2 small, or you could use 1 medium. Carrots here, I'm going to do the same with the potato. And just getting rid of the skin, going round. I love cooking with carrots. Carrots is another veg, although all your veg are good for you, that are really good for you. Carrots contain vitamin A, and you may have heard the saying that carrots help you see in the dark. Well, technically they kind of do, because if you're deficient, which means you don't have enough vitamin A, it can lead you not being able to see very well when the light isn't very strong, or it can lead to night blindness. So having enough vitamin A is important, so it's definitely good to be eating your carrots. Okay, so they're ready. They're ready, and the next job is to grate. Okay, so make sure you hold the grater strongly. Have an adult supervising you if you're going to try this yourself. And you go down the grater. You just need to keep going until you've done the whole carrot. Once you've done the majority of the carrot, you'll have the end bit. So this is where you need to be really careful that you don't grate your finger. So just take it really slowly and put that through the grater until you grated it all. There we go. So that's my first carrot done. I'm going to show you now is what you need to do once you've got your carrot or your potato, because these vegetables contain quite a bit of water. And we don't want the water in our fritters because it'll cause the fritters to fall apart and they'll be very watery when they go into the pan and they won't cook very well. So you need to get a bowl, this is the fun bit, get your carrot and squeeze it into the bowl. And you can probably hear, I'll show you in a minute, that there is water coming out. So really big squeeze, as strong as you can. Okay, and then if you look in here, you can see there's water. Okay, we don't want that carrot water. That carrot water would be great if you make some soup and you use that to go into some soup, but we don't need it for our fritters, so I'm going to save that for my soup that I'm going to make later. Okay, so now you need to carry on, do the rest of the carrots, grate them and squeeze them, and then put them into another bowl once they're nice and dry. There, my carrot's done. I've squeezed as much liquid as I can out of there. You can see it's all in there. Okay, and I'm going to keep that for soup because that contains a lot of lovely vitamins and minerals in there. So I'm going to save that for later. And I'm now going to put that to one side and do exactly the same with my potatoes. A bit harder to grate because of the shape grabbing hold of the potato. So again, be really careful. I'll do that rest in a minute. I've got the same job, so you pick it up into your hand. Time to use those strong muscles and give it a squeeze. I'm just going to add it straight into the same water as the carrots. I'm going to use that as the soup base later. So there we go. You can see potatoes have more water in them than carrots. So I'm squeezing even more out of that little bit of potato. There we go. I think that's much as I can get out, okay? And I'm just going to add that straight in with my carrots because it's part of the same thing, so it can go in right away, okay? So I'm just going to carry on and do the rest. Right, so I've just completed the carrots and the potatoes, grated them all. They are looking fabulous already, and I've got all my water here that's left over, and if you can see that, I'm going to use that for my soup later. And I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but good workout for those biceps and triceps, all that grating and all that squeezing, but very satisfying at the end of it. So we're going to move on now. I'm going to I'm going to crush the garlic, and I'm going to slice the spring onions. Okay, so I've got my garlic clove here. Again, adult supervision needed. I'm going to squash it down. So I've crushed it, take the end off it, which I don't need. Happy with that, I'm going to put that straight in with my potatoes and carrots. Right, and then the next bit is a spring onion, so I've washed my spring onion. Just going to take the end off it, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to do fine slices right now. Okay, so here we go. Fold over, put those in. Okay, now I'm going to add my spices. So we want a good sprinkle of salt, a good grind of pepper, and I love my spices. I've grown up with spice, and you'll find most things I cook with, I will put spice in. This spice that we're adding is adding flavour. It's not going to add any heat to the dish, but it will add some lovely flavour to this. So I've got half a teaspoon, there we go, of coriander powder going in. Okay, that's the first one. And then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of garam masala. This is a mixture of different spices and it smells amazing and make it taste really good as well. Okay, I'm actually looking at this. I'm going to add a whole teaspoon of garam masala because I've got quite a bit of a mixture, so let's go with a whole teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to give that a quick stir. Okay, that's looking good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my coriander, so my coriander leaves. So mine are in here, I'm just going to put them straight in. A good handful of coriander. Give it another stir. And now I need to add my ingredients that are going to help bind these. Because at the moment, if we put that in a fry pan, it's not going to stick together. So we need some binding ingredients. Okay, and some great binders in cookery are eggs and flour. So that's exactly what we're going to be using. And one last ingredient to make a bit of a batter to hold everything together is our milk. So here we go. I'm using soya milk so that our dairy allergy in the house can have some of these, but you can use any milk you wish. So I've given them a pretty good stir with that. I'm going to get rid of the spoon. I have got clean washed hands, so I'm now roll my sleeves up a bit because we don't want those going in. And I'm going to give it a good mix with my hands, and that will bring everything together. So they are smelling great, looking good, feeling good. So what you want to do now is take about a handful of the mixture, squeeze it together, and then flatten it. And there is your fritter ready to go into the fry pan to fry. So I'm going to make lots of those and put them on a plate, and then I'm going to fry them all together shortly. So your next job is to turn a pan on the heat. So this is where an adult needs to be involved. I'm going to put it onto medium heat. I've heated the pan up. It's now nice and warm. Once it's warm, then I'm going to add my oil. This means we'll require less oil to coat the pan. So I'm just going to put enough oil, this is vegetable oil, enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan, have a thin layer of oil so we can shallow fry. Okay, so the oil's been heating for about 20-30 seconds now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in one tiny piece of our fritter and see what happens. Now you can see that that is sizzling slightly. Okay, so what I want to do is ensure that that's sizzling really well before I add the fritters, because if it's only sizzling slightly, then the oil's going to go into the fritters and they're going to taste oily. So we need it to be sizzling really well, meaning the oil is hot enough for our fritters to go in. I am now happy with the sizzle that has. Okay, so I'm going to start adding my fritters ready to cook. So I've made a few, as I said earlier. I've made a plateful here. I've probably got half a mixture left, so I'm going to make the other half shortly. And all I'm going to do, you need an adult to do this because the oil will be very hot, is gently place them into the oil. Now turn the oil down now because it's sizzling to a low heat, so that they don't cook too quickly, because we want to make sure that the flour on the inside, the batter on the inside, is cooking as much as the outside is. So if we cook them too quickly, they'll be crispy on the outside, but they'll still be soggy in the middle. And we don't want that. Okay, so gently placing these in. Don't worry if little bits fall off, it's absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm going to leave them for a few minutes to start to cook. And it's important at this stage that you do leave them. If you start trying to fiddle with them, I've got a fish slice here to turn them over, but if I start trying to do that now, they're just going to fall apart. So you've got to be very patient at this point and just leave them. Okay, so they've been cooking now for exactly 2 minutes. I'm just going to stick my light on, that might help a bit. There we go, the cooker. And I'm now going to have a quick look. I'm just going to lift one up and see if it holds, and it's holding well. So I think it's probably okay to try and give it a turn. So just quickly flick it over. There we go. You can see the golden colour that's starting to come on the one side. I'm going to flick the next one over. There we go. There we go. And I'm liking the colour on these, so I'm going to give them 2-3 minutes on this side. Okay, so we've had another 2 minutes. I'm just going to give them one last quick turn. I'm happy with that colour on the other side, so it gives me a chance to see the other side as well doing this. They're looking amazing. Love that colour. Okay. And I'm literally going to give them 30 more seconds on this side, and then I'm very happy with those. I think they're ready. So whilst they've been cooking, I have put the others together, so I've got another 6 to do. So I will take these ones out. I'm going to put these onto some kitchen towel so you can drain the excess oil. So slowly lifting them out. Here they are, my carrot and potato fritters. So these actually taste delicious on their own. You could have them with ketchup. I like them with a bit of chilli sauce. You could even get a little pot of yogurt, mix it with a bit of mango chutney, and that would taste great too. I'm going to serve mine with a bit of salad and a bit of sauce, and enjoying.